Hello and welcome to another episode of the PRFC Fan Show, a fan show by fans for fans. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Edward, and I can't wait to have some savory queso. This week we sit down with a couple of members, Jamara and Ryan from AO Phoenix. We get to learn a little bit about their organization and about the big game coming up on January 27th, the U.S. men's national team against Panama. So without further ado, let's get right into that.
Ryan, Jamara, thank you so much for coming out and being a part of the show. Ryan and Jamara are from the American Outlaws, and we are really glad to have you here because we've got a good U.S. men's national team game coming up.
Yeah.
We want to learn a little bit about you all and how we can integrate the PRFC family with the American Outlaws. So with that, tell us a little bit about the American Outlaws.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us. Appreciate it. I personally have been an American Outlaw member since 2014 now. And it's been a really amazing experience. You know, I've lived in 3 different cities, and it's been a really great way to kind of get in touch with the soccer community whenever you move there. So, especially moving to a big city like Phoenix, the moment I moved here, I was able to get in touch with the entire soccer community, and now I'm able to play 3 nights a week just from being an AO member.
Super. And Jamara, how about you? How long have you been with them?
I started with AO in 2014 too. I think like right before 2014 because that was the World Cup in Brazil. Mm-hmm. So that was like a big excitement for us. So it's like, you know, watching these guys on TV and seeing those people out there, you're like, you know, when you're watching things like those, you don't realize like there are other crazy people out there like you, and when you see them on TV, you're like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. So
yeah, I actually want to be a part of that.
Yeah, let me look more into this and see where I can find these crazy people are. And then, you know, like you started looking it up and you hear them talking about the American Outlaws and, you know, like the supporting system and everything they do in the different cities and all the, you know, to follow the USA everywhere else. And I just wanted to be part of that. I moved here from Reno about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
So we were kind of like in the beginning process of starting our AO Reno. We had just gotten accepted as a chapter. We're about to like start that from the ground. And things didn't work out with my job, so I had to move. Mm-hmm. And then I moved over here, and it's kind of like, you know, what Ryan just elated to, you know, with the whole community and stuff like that. So I just looked it up and saw that, you know, oh yeah, there is AO stuff going on here in Phoenix. And the first time I went and met these guys, it was the USA versus Colombia, the 3rd place match for the...
Yeah, I was at that match.
Yeah. So I went to that.
That was a great match.
I went to the night before for that. You know, it's just like, I don't know anybody in Phoenix, but if it's soccer and we all think in the same way, I'm sure I'm going to be able to meet people. Went there, introduced myself, and now here I am.
Yeah, you did it smart because you went with people who love soccer. I took a date who hated it, and she made me miss it. That was not a good time. So, you know, one of the things we talked about before we started filming tonight is that the beauty of American Outlaws is that it is a community that people can move into town or just decide they're interested in soccer and they can join and be a part of it. And something that I was not familiar with is that you don't just support men's national team. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Oh yeah, definitely. Pretty much anything with a U.S. stamp on it where you want to be a part of it. I know I've been watching the U20 World Cup at night when it was over in Serbia a couple of years ago, and you could even hear American Outlaw fans chanting there. So it was amazing to see it there. We've got a women's match coming up in St. Louis here in a little bit. I know 56,000 tickets have already been sold for that one. In the AO section, already all of our tickets have been sold in there, so we expect to have a big presence definitely at the women's game, and if we can find a way to also incorporate getting the youth national teams involved as well is kind of what the next step that we're looking to do. So therefore, you know, even when the kids are showing up to these games, a lot of these kids have dual national opportunities to be able to potentially go play for the Netherlands or for Mexico. Mm-hmm. So when they show up to a game and they know that there's a country behind them and there's people out there rooting for them, even at the U17 level, the U20, that's something that they want to be a part of. So if we can have some sort of impact on that, it's something that we're looking to do.
Yeah, I love that, and I love the support across the whole U.S. brand. Because I do think that's important. We can't just pick and choose. Now, you know, a regular Joe like me, I can't show up to every game, but it's nice to know that if I choose to go to a game, there are going to be people I can go and hang out with and just have a good time with.
Oh, definitely.
Now, the Outlaws are not just about going to a game. You do charitable events and things, and tell us what's going on right now.
So for the night before party and then also at our tailgate for the upcoming event, we've teamed up with Keepers Care for Kids. So we'll have different raffle prizes that we've teamed up actually with PRFC. There's going to be a few players that will actually be donating game-worn gear and stuff like that. So all we're asking that if you could bring some sort of toy that therefore we can donate and to Keepers Cares for Kids, and that's to help support kids that are going through, you know, kind of a tough time in life, whether they've gotten a rough medical diagnosis and they need just some extra support. It's an easy way that we can reach out to in a community like that. So for this game, we're going to be doing something like that, but pretty much every match that we go to in each city, we're trying to get in touch with somebody, so therefore we can really get the pulse of that certain city, and we can make an impact there.
Perfect. I was speaking with Aaron Blau at firebirdsoccer.net, if you're familiar with their website, and he was telling me that you're actually having an event this coming Saturday. Now, PRFC is having their jersey reveal, but from what I understand, we might have the opportunity to join yours previous to the PRFC event and then go to the PRFC event.
Yeah, so we have a supporters cup. It's what we do. It's like, you know, it's for our fans to come out, and sometimes you might get like a former player or like an analyst to come out and play. It's pretty much like a pickup soccer, but it's for like USA fans. You know, you donate, you put some money in. And most of the stuff, like what he's saying, like all the stuff that we get, like every money that we charge, it stays in the community. You know, we're trying to donate the money towards the local communities. So we're doing that, the supporters cup, and then after that, we're doing the night before, which is going to be later that night, and then the next day we have the tailgate. So after the soccer, the pickup game, we're going to try to get over to the jersey review, and then we're going to go the night before. So it's going to be busy
That's
Saturday.
a good night.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy Saturday.
So where's that being held after the jersey reveal?
The night before is held at Westgate, and it's State 48.
It's a Funk House Brewery.
Yeah, it's a Funk House Brewery.
Oh yeah, I know Funk House. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the nice thing about it too is just because it's an AO night before party or an AO tailgate, that doesn't mean that just AO members are welcome. Literally everybody. If you are a soccer fan in any way, shape, or form, or a friend of a soccer fan, or a friend of a soccer fan, or a family member, anything, come on out. Come check it out. It's really a great time and a great community.
Yeah, you know, and that's the cross-pollination we want to see with PRFC fans and AO and vice versa. I think it's a great opportunity. And then, of course, we have the big game coming up on Sunday against Panama.
Yep, Sunday at 6.
So you guys prep for that? Have you got the TIFOs in place? How's that all going?
Absolutely. TIFO got completed last week. We had a good group of people come out, and huge thanks to Walter Station Brewery for actually letting us come there and use their place to paint at. Mono Orchid also did a big thing for letting us go in to be able to trace, so appreciate those guys helping us out. So TIFO's wrapped up. You know, we're kind of putting the final, kind of crossing all of our T's, dotting our I's at this point, getting merch in and making sure that everything's ready to go for the tailgate, and then pretty much just have everything ready to go so we can just enjoy the day.
Yeah, and you see, that's like another beautiful thing about being like with the American Outlaws is whichever host city that game is in, we're in charge of those things. You know, you don't have somebody coming from national and be like, oh yeah, we're having this year, we're going to do this, this, and this. We don't really need you guys, but we're just going to put you in that corner. We're having a game in your city. Here you go.
Handle it.
Yes.
Yeah, very autonomous.
Take care of
That's
it.
great.
Like if you need help with us to like help you with these things, we're there to help you. But let us know which way you guys want to go about this, and we pretty much just take charge and take the lead. And I think that's amazing because it's better to see like, you know, people like us reaching out to the community and talking to them about it than somebody coming from like Nebraska sitting here and being like, oh yes, you know, we have a soccer game going on there and stuff like that. So I like the fact that whenever it's in, whichever community is in that, they let them take charge of that.
Super.
Yeah.
Now, if there are people out there who are thinking, I'd like to be a part of that, how do they join?
So if you were looking to join the American Outlaws, to the national chapter, so you can just go to AmericanOutlaws.com, I believe it is, and then there will be a membership section so you can register there. I believe it's still just $25 a year, and it gets you so many discounts like on travel, on airfare, or for travel, hotels, cars, or like a rental car. So it really just is kind of encouraging you to be able to travel with the team, and then it's really amazing because you'll find that if you do travel to an away game, that's when you really get to experience all that AO is, because the handful of games that I've gone to, you walk into a community that you've never been to before, and instantly you have friends. Instantly you have people coming around. I've got a guy staying at my house from Seattle and another guy from Florida staying at my house that are just other AO members that are coming out for this game. So now instantly if you're going to a game in one of their host cities, you've got a place to stay, people you know, like that's the beauty of it. And like the moment you get involved with it, meet a few people, it just kind of continues to flourish from there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it pays for itself. I mean, you get the shirt and a bandana every year. I mean, you can, for a shirt like this, that's pretty much $25.
That is a chick magnet right
Yeah,
there.
and you know, every year it's like a different design too. And this one that we have coming up, I think they have where is she from? Orlando, the girl that designed the shirt that's coming up right now.
Yeah, it was Orlando.
Yeah, she's from Orlando, like, so she helped design the shirt that's coming up. So every year, whenever you renew your membership, you get a new shirt, you get a bandana.
Super.
So it pretty much pays for itself.
Or if you're an artistic member, maybe you could try to design our next one.
We got a guy.
Yeah.
We got a guy who does pretty good work.
There you
Perfect.
go.
You know, another interesting thing we talked about previously is that you've built this group, you know, that's working together, and what it's doing is helping solidify the soccer community in Phoenix. So we're getting a better presence. It helps us, you know, when it comes to exposure for the MLS, not just the U.S. men's national team. It's helping the small teams. It's going to help, you know, USL League 2 teams. It's going to help NPSL. All the way around, and I think it's fantastic that you guys are. I know you're affiliated with the U.S. men's or the U.S. branded teams, but there's a lot of spillover that's going to happen, and I think that's great because we are, when it's all said and done, an odd community. We're footy supporters, right?
Absolutely.
And we are the vast majority. So it's great to see that you guys are doing, you know, so much around there, and I'm looking forward to it. I really want to be at the game, trying to work it out with work so I can be there against Panama because I'd really like to see us beat Panama. But I appreciate your time for everything you've said. Anything else you want to tell the audience before we end?
Really, just if you're looking to get involved, we're all about, you know, uniting and strengthening and trying to get the more people involved. So if you're looking to be a part of a community that's crazy about soccer and you want to go to a game and be the loudest person there and sing for 90 minutes, and when the U.S. puts the ball in the back of the net, you want to be a part of that beer shower, then come on and join.
Yeah, and we still have tickets available for the game also, you know, so you can do that. And we have Facebook. Yes, $34 for the tickets. You can find us on Facebook also, American Outlaws, AO Phoenix, and we also have Instagram, which is AO PHX. So if you just want to take a look and see what we're about, you can be able to find us on there.
Perfect. I'll make sure we have links in the description for the episode, and we'll put them up on the screen too.
Cool.
Guys, again, thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Looking forward to doing stuff with you guys in the future.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You know, Kevin, it's really great to hear about other things that are going on in the soccer world, especially in Phoenix. We have the Phoenix Rising, which is one entity, and then we have AO Phoenix, which supports the U.S. men's national team. It's great to see them coming together. It creates a sense of cohesion and community, I would say.
It does. I mean, we're all about just supporting footy in general across all of the teams agnostically. We love our PRFC, but there are other great clubs there too, so I think we can have a lot of fun with them.
And a ton of great things going on too within the organizations, right?
Yeah, I agree. You know, we have a link for the AO's charity event down in our comments section. And I don't want to forget that the Red Fury also have a great charitable event going on for the Northern Phoenix Christian Soccer Club. And they're going to be taking donations at 4:30 before the Jersey event. You can bring used equipment, new equipment, or cash donations. We hope that everybody will be willing to help support that because it's a great, great effort for kids who really just can't afford to have footy in their life. They need help.
It is. It's fantastic. This has been a PRFC fan show, a fan show by fans for fans. I'm Edward.
I'm Kevin.
And we'll see you next time.